What's this? So give us this question about the small guards. The Cavs have small guards. We know this. Are we worried that that's a problem going forward? Right?
Yeah, so before the Magic game last night, Mike and I were talking in the office, and the Magic are a big team. I'm still concerned about the size of the Cavs, even with Hunter a little bit. When it came to a team that took us 7 games last year in the playoffs, after the Magic game, do you guys still have those same concerns after we mollywopped them?
To me, the only concern for me is the Celtics. That's it. I'm not worried about any other team. I'm not worried about size. I'm not worried about nothing. I'm worried about the Boston Celtics. That's the only concern I have. For me, you guys, is the size of the Cavs guards, having small guards, a concern against anyone but the Celtics.
It hasn't been a problem thus far this season.
No.
I would sort of rely on you and your basketball tutelage to give us the insight.
I mean, you'd rather have 6'6", 6'7" guards than 6'1", 6'2" guards if you had your choice.
I would say it's pretty obvious, yeah.
But the Cavs, I do think what they lack in necessarily height in terms of their 2 starting backcourt players, they make up with length in the wings now. And the addition of Javonte Green and DeAndre Hunter and the resurgence of Dean Wade and Isaac Okoro being healthy gives them a plethora of guys to counteract what they have in 2 smaller guards. And when you look at, you have 2 small guards, fine. How is the other team going to attack those 2 smaller guards? Kenny was asked that question. Joe Vardon asked him before the Memphis game on Sunday. And his answer was, well, I don't consider Donovan a small guard because he's 6'3". He's listed at 6'3". I'm not sure if he's a real 6'3", but he's got a 7-foot wingspan. Mm-hmm. He's built like a middle linebacker. If you ever, you've been, I mean, it's not like you can really move around Donovan Mitchell. Darius has done a better job battling, but he's the one you can kind of try and pick and choose. But to counteract that, you need length and athleticism on the wing, and you need elite rim protection. And when you look at the Cavs now, even if Darius was the small guard in the court, they could have 2 wings in Hunter and Wade, or Okoro and Hunter, or Wade and Javonte Green, or even Jalen Tyson, who have enough length to counteract and help and still have enough length to recover. Plus, you have Mobley and Allen down low, who you're trying to funnel guys into. So is it a concern? Yeah, if you want to nitpick and find, like, what may not be perfect about the roster.
But is it against anybody but Boston a concern?
The Knicks, if Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby decided tonight's night we're going to have 40 points.
Yeah,
but they don't run their offense that way, so it's not really that big of a concern.
Yeah, I don't know.
Historically speaking, there have been very few examples of backcourts with 2 smaller guys that have won. In the article, Vardon, these are the 3 teams, but it was the 89-90 Pistons, and in 1983, the Philadelphia 76ers. That goes start. Vardon only looked back to 1980. He said, I'm only going since when I was born. So there probably was more examples beforehand.
And there's been none recently. Those Pistons teams were great,
But those Pistons teams had elite rim protection and great size on the wings. And it was a different NBA, obviously.
Of course. The game was so different.
The Cavs have the counters to how a team
Isaiah
would
Thomas
want to
was
attack.
their best player.
He was their best player, yeah. And Steph Curry was best player on the Warriors when they won. So it's not like you can't have a smaller player be your best guy.
Well, how tall is Steph?
6'3", but he's a real 6'3".
I'm just not worried about it. I was earlier in the season. I'm just like, the Cavs are so good.
No.
Again, could it become an issue against Boston? I guess it could. I just think the other teams that are bigger, the Cavs are just better than those teams. I don't think it's going to matter.
It is on the list of concerns that I have for Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's near the top, but it's because it's not a long list.
There's not a lot of weaknesses right now.
It has to be near the top just by sheer numbers, but Boston, it could come into play.
The only real concern with the Cavs, and this is for every team, is that none of the key guys get hurt. I mean, that's just really health is the biggest concern. You're always going to be worried about that because it's a game. It's a game of attrition. It's a long season. It's a lot of games. You just hope everybody can stay healthy. If the Cavs are fully healthy in the playoffs, not that they couldn't lose. There's no obvious concerns.
Well, go back to the game Boston when they came here and the Cavs won. Donovan had that 20-point fourth quarter.
Yeah.
But if you remember from the other end of the court, when the Boston Celtics had the ball, they kept trying to isolate Darius Garland and go one-on-one with Tatum versus Garland. That's going to happen in the playoffs. Like, that is going to be how teams try and attack Cleveland is let's isolate Darius, let's get him in switches. To counter that, in certain lineups when you have Hunter and another wing plus the one big in, they're all big enough and athletic enough and have the quickness to kind of stunt, show help, and then get back to the shooter. And if the other teams, whether it be Boston or Orlando or the Knicks or whoever, if they want to post up Darius and take 2-pointers all game on shots that they're not used to getting in their normal shot profile,
right?
Basketball nerd word, I know you like that.
Shot profile.
Then you live with it. Because these teams want, at the end of the day, shoot threes. And if they're going to continue just to throw Drew Holiday in the post and let him go one-on-one and score over Darius with the length that's helping, the Cavs are scoring 122 points in the number 2 defense in basketball. You're not going to beat the Cavs shooting twos, I can tell you that.
I'm excited about this game on Friday, and then I just want the last 23
regular
games
season
to pass as fast as possible to get to the playoffs after that.
They have a gauntlet of a schedule in terms of travel. They don't have back-to-back home games.
Yeah.
Of the last, 24 games left, if my math is correct? They're
24 left, yeah.
I think they only have 2 times where they have back-to-back home games. They play a lot more games on the road than at home.
Right.
The final,
well, that means they've
24.
played a lot at home, and they've been obviously great.
Incredible.
At home.